Okay, what I'm going to do now is take you through the subject of trading losses for individuals. Now, you should be used to seeing one of these. We use this pro forma, remember, to adjust the profit per accounts to end up with our taxable profits. But as you can see, this person has something called an adjusted loss. Indeed, an adjusted loss of 11,800. Now, for tax purposes, taxable profits are obviously nil. But we don't just forget about the 11,800 loss. I'm going to take you through now a number of options that you can use to actually use that loss beneficially. Now I'm going to take you to 4 different options of how an individual can use that loss. Now the first loss is you can carry forward those losses. So that loss that person just made, that was for the year to 31st of December 2012, which is in the 12-13 tax year. What the individual could do is carry forward that loss to the 13-14 tax year. However, they have to use that loss against only trading profits, and as it says there, profits from the same trade. So if this individual had 2 different businesses, they couldn't use it in the other one. They'd have to use it against the profits from the same trade. The loss must be used as soon as possible. So as I said, you can only carry it forward to 13-14. You can't go from 12-13 to 14-15. Yeah. And if you carry your losses forward and you still have some losses left over, then you carry it forward until the next tax year, where you again have to can only use it to reduce trading profits. Second option is use the loss to reduce total income in the same tax year as the loss. So against total income, and remember we made non-savings, savings and dividend income. In, say, for example, if the loss was in the 12-13 tax year, you can use the loss to reduce all of your total income in 12-13. Okay, you must use as much loss as possible, so you can't say I'm going to use a little bit. You've got to use as much as possible. Now, the consequences of this is that if you use that loss, you may waste your personal allowance. If you look at the top, it says this is an optional relief, so you don't have to do this. You can just do what we did for the first option, which is just carry it forward. Option 3 is again optional. Now, rather than using it in the same tax year, you can carry it back to the previous tax year. So if your loss was in 12-13, you can carry that loss back into the 11-12 tax year, and again use it against the total income of that previous tax year. Total income again being non-savings, savings and dividend, and again you've got to use as much as possible. So again the consequence is you may waste your personal allowance. Now the next option is a combination of options 2 and 3. What you can do is you can use the loss against your income in the current year, and then once you've done that, and if you have any loss left, you can carry it back to the previous tax year. So again against total income in the same year and as the loss and the previous year of the loss. Now you can do this in any order. So you could do current year and then go back, or you could do the previous year first and then come back and do the current year. And then if you had any loss left, you would just carry it forward and then use it against the first available trading profits. Again, with these 2, remember the combination of the first, second and third option, you've got to use as much as possible. So in this scenario, you may again waste personal allowances, but the benefit of carrying your loss back is that you're going to get a tax refund from HMRC more quickly. So it's a benefit there for cash flow purposes. If you carry it back, for cash flow purposes, it's better than actually carrying it forward. And as I said before, if you've got any loss left over, just carry it forward. If you want to use your losses, you have to actually make a claim to HMRC and tell them you want to do this. Okay, if you want to do the current and carry back, and you have to tell HMRC by the 31st of January 2015 for losses made in the 12-13 tax year. So that's 22 months later. So summary: current year not prior, prior not current, current and prior, prior and current.